News. All right. Good afternoon, America. How's everybody doing today? So I haven't been well, I have, but I've been making it with like AI. Um, but I haven't posted like a me picture, like a me, like you see me type deal. I'm in the Jeep today, but you kind of see me type deal. So this is the first one in a long time. But what I wanted to get at is, well, I'm feeling very creative today. You see a lot of people. If you're a normal working person, own your own business, whatever, you're not like a super wealthy, out of touch person. You walk around. Go walk around. Go to a festival. That's free, of course. But go to something, right? And you'll see. Go to the you know where you can really see it? Go to the gas stations. Just watch. Just sit there, watch. Watch. Okay. Um Speaking on gas station, I'm not gonna go off topic, but I'm gonna kind of combine it. So go to a gas station and just watch. You'll see that everyone is filling, putting gas in their tank, but it's like $20, $10. The other day I even seen one as low as like $5. I'm like, bro. Like, I didn't witness the person doing it because to be honest, like, I'm the kind of person that I probably would have gave them like 20, so they, or 15, so they can at least put in $20. You know what I'm saying? Like I just would have did that just because that's who I am. But like, go to a gas station, you'll like see it. Like, just look at the pumps, right? You'll see people are truly not filling up a lot of gas. Like, and even I'm the same way. Like, I'm only gonna put essentially what I need. So like, if I'm driving to a job, I'll put a certain amount. I'm not going crazy with it. I'll put $30. On the Jeep, my highest is, to be honest with you guys, like $15, because the Jeep is actually pretty good on gas, and I don't go a whole lot of miles in the Jeep, so $15 feels like a full tank in a sense, or even $20. Like, $20 is like, woo, bro. I'm like a third of a full tank with $20. It's crazy. I don't know why, but it's great. You know what I mean? And so I don't ever need to, like, if I ever put in like 30 or 40 in a Jeep, that's a full tank. Like, but I don't need that for the Jeep. For the Porsche, sometimes I'll fill the tank. Most of the times I'm just putting more than half, so I'll put like a third. So whatever that is, that sometimes could be $40, that could be 40 something for the most part. So like, yeah, I typically don't fill the tank either. But go to gas stations, guys. Go look at it. Speaking of gas stations, do you know, for the most part, they make gas stations, especially here in America. If you ever go to a gas station, you'll never see a successful person in a gas station. You know why? I've read this somewhere. I watched a video somewhere. And it was like, because successful people know that gas station is essentially a temptation. Because if you ever realize about a gas station, there's nothing but junk and garbage in there. Essentially, it's stuff that you don't need, right? It's not like essentials. It's literally stuff you don't need. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the only thing you need from a gas station is gas. But like, when you walk into the actual store, it's all junk and crap, like stuff you don't need. My phone's like moving around. I don't have a mount in this one, but yeah, it's all like junk and like stuff that you don't need. And that's the thing about gas stations. So if you ever realize that, like, just walk into a gas station, look around, don't buy nothing, just look around, be like, that guy was right. That's interesting. It just makes you think. You know what I'm saying? But I just came from a wash. I'm on my way to another one. I'm trying to get some of this cool air because right now, brothers and sisters, Florida is hot. Okay? And on some days it rains, which is good. Not necessarily good for me and the kind of business I'm doing. Kind of good, but not really most of the time. But some days it's raining, not all day, but just most of the time. And when it's not raining, it is just boiling hot. I mean, hot, guys. So I'm like, I gotta soak in some of this AC. I'm trying not to. And that's another thing. I don't use a lot of AC, believe it or not. I try to put the windows open on both cars most of the time. It saves gas because you gotta use the AC. But then it's a lot of times it is a lot cooler. Just saying. Some people might disagree, and that's fine. But I'm just letting you guys know. Sometimes just put your windows down. It's quite nice. You'd be surprised. Anyways, I just wanted to check in on everybody and just watch my videos, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Watch my videos. You'll see that I'm trying to put out really good content, mostly stuff that's informative about this system that we live in. This house of cards, essentially, is what a lot of people are calling it. For those who are not aware, for those who don't know, we are truly living, as far as the United States is concerned, in a house of cards. If you ever do your research and go ask a Venezuelan person, I pretty much have said this in other videos, how hyperinflation is. I think they're the most recent people to have hyperinflation, or recent country to have hyperinflation, to the point where it's just like literally the money is worth nothing because we run on this fiat system. We no longer have intangible things that is counted as value. We say that this paper dollar, which is backed by nothing, essentially. Well, it is backed by something. It's backed by labor is what it's actually backed by. A lot of people say it's backed by nothing, or some people will say it's backed by something. It's actually backed by labor. So you trade your time for that piece of paper, that dollar. And so that's what it's backed by. It's backed by American labor. And so that's why in today's world, a lot of us are feeling like, some of us are like, hey, this is the most money we've ever made, but it feels like I'm not getting anywhere. And then there's some of us that are struggling and truly just like, man, even a little bit of money I got doesn't feel like it's going places. Like it doesn't feel like it's getting me what I need. Because you notice the difference. You walk into a supermarket, you're like, hey, let me go grab some food for the week, or let me grab some food for a couple days, right? So I did that the other day. I went and I said, let me grab some food for a couple days, like, something to just get me, like, for 2 days or whatever. And bro, that shit was like $40. I was like, what? And like, I get it, like, I can choose. Like, I didn't get snacks. Like, some people get snacks and then complain. Like, I'm actually getting like food. Like stuff that I can cook for dinner, breakfast, and lunch. Bro, $40. I'm like, dang, feeling it. And I know everybody else is feeling it, or been feeling it. And a lot of us don't talk about it. And that's why I made that video, The Silent Depression, because a lot of us are going through somewhat of a silent depression. And we're trying not to talk about it because we think that people who view us need to view us in a certain light, in a certain way. And the reality is, the more we don't talk about it, the worse it gets. It's kind of like salaries. Like, have you ever worked for a corporate place, 9-to-5 type jobs or whatever? Have you ever worked for those places, right? You realize nobody talks about their salary, right? Like, nobody says, like, oh, yeah, I'm getting this much. Because you don't want to be viewed as, like, it's either you feel like you're not getting enough, so you don't want to say that what you're getting, and then people are just going to, like, laugh about you or something. Like, people think that. Or you think like, oh, I'm getting too much, and like people are gonna think I'm like this snob, right? So it's kind of like, it's like corporate America, right? Like, no one talks about their salaries. Like, nobody talks, oh, how much I get. No one talks about it. But the reality is, the more you don't talk about it, the actual worse of the situations that it gets. And so when you're not informing others, like, hey, I'm getting paid this much, you might realize that you're working with a guy named John, right? And you're going to be like, hey, John, you know what? I'm going to come clean. I only make $50,000 a year, and I'm doing okay. but sometimes I feel like it's not worth it. John might tell you, oh, you getting 50? Damn, I'm only getting 35, bro. And you're going to be like, oh. You see, but with that informative information right there, you can now start to think and ponder upon how can you make things better for everyone? Like, how can things be a little bit more fair? And of course, there's always the argument of, well, I worked for this, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you right now, you can take that mindset out your brain and you can dump it at the front door on your way in. Because that is a mindset that corporate America makes you think in order to keep you trapped and enslaved. Okay? And it's the same thing, vice versa. Like, you may know a guy named John, and he's making $70K a year, and you're like, oh, I'm making $50K. And you're gonna be like, damn. You know, you're gonna start comparing yourself naturally, right? You're gonna be like, well, I do this, John doesn't do this, and he does that, but you know, all these things. And you're gonna say, well, how can I get? That is called the corporate slave trap. Okay. Newsflash, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. Corporate slave trap, my guys. All right. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about those things. I don't have my microphone today, so I probably sound horrible. I guess I'll just stick to making AI videos. They sound better, look better. But it's the same information that I'm spieling out. Like, AI, really, guys, it's really gonna change things in a big way. Because, you know, in today's world, there's a lot of content creation, and so AI is gonna make it extremely easy to make content. Extremely easy. Like, that's why I think YouTube kind of changed how they're doing content now. Like, if you realize, like, you're not getting as, like, I think a few YouTubers have said this, they're not getting as much views as before, and they're posting essentially the same stuff. And I think what happened was, in the recent terms and conditions, because that's how they do it, that's how they get you, that's how they trick you. The recent terms and conditions, they'll put in certain things, and then you're not going to read it. Because if you read it, you would probably not sign that shit, and you would probably say, nah, F this, I'm not going on YouTube, right? Like, certain things. But they're going to change how they're doing the views and everything, which is going to make everything extremely interesting on how people make money. And this is why I make so many videos about, like, escaping America. Because it is a rat race. It truly is. And I'm not saying it's all bad, right? Like, if you want to do the rat race, like, I always encourage, like, people in their 20s, you should be doing the rat race. 20s, early 30s, yeah, you should be grounded. You should be doing a rat race. By the time you reach late 30s, 40s, you should be out of the rat race. You should be trying to figure out, or at least you should be comfortable enough to where you're not doing that type of stuff. But they keep us all trapped in this rat race. And yeah. So you just really gotta be, like, I recommend people in their 40s and stuff, you should be planning your exit strategy. You should be planning your exit strategy. I know I am. And I'm not gonna say that I got it all smooth and all figured out. No. But I'm gonna try to plan accordingly. I'm gonna do the best that I can. And I gotta exit. Because this is not for me. If I was in my 20s, sure. Grind all day. But I'm not. And this kind of lifestyle is not it's not for people in that age bracket. It's unfortunately not. You want to be a young kid like the one that just passed me? This guy has a truck that the front stands up and the rear of the truck goes. Yeah. And he passed me. He was a young guy, probably like 19 years old. Probably think that's really cool too. It's not. But yeah, that's just kind of what I want to talk about, guys. Anyways, like, share, subscribe. As you can see, I'm sweating crazy. It's like 95 today, boiling outside. Yeah. And I'm up here car detailing, wash cars, all that. It's crazy. Anyway, see you guys.